Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Patches Metal.
1, 2, 3, 4. Patches Metal!
A quick return after my long absence to bring you yet another episode with two awesome bands, Chaotix, Silence and MORVIGOR. Both of these are from great friends of mine, and for both of these I was at the release party, and over there they were like, here dude, take this CD and make a Patches Metal episode about it, and this was already a pretty long while ago. So here goes for the Friends of Patches episode, and we're going to start off with MORVIGOR for all you black metal fans out there. To me, MORVIGOR sounds a bit like a split personality band, though I quite enjoy every personality they have. Listening through the entire CD, I came across, well, a shitload of different, I guess, genres, specific influences. Some of them were really folky, really chant along kind of stuff. Some of them were really purish black metal, like the more demonic kind of stuff, and then there were songs that sounded completely inspired by early fucking Black Sabbath or something. Just have a quick listen for yourself to a couple of their songs combined. And it's that kind of stuff, combining genres, trying out different stuff, trying to combine different things, and especially not binding yourself to a specific genre, like saying, what we're already making, I don't know, Viking-themed black metal now, so we're not going to make something else. That shows that an artist is really an artist, you know. He's not just copying something someone's already done, but they're actually trying to invent something new, or at least trying to normalize a new combination. And well, like I already said, I heavily enjoyed it, and all of you guys know I'm not really a big fan of black metal, and I'll never be a fan of black metal, so honestly, I'll never really be a fan of MORVIGOR, but within the genre they work in, they're just really trying to create something new, and I fucking respect that. Moving on though to Chaotix, Silence, which you've already heard in the previous episode at the end, and they already got a lot of nice comments. Like, the bands I showed in the previous video didn't get any comments, I think, or maybe one. But then there were like three of you guys saying Chaotix Silence sounded awesome, so looking forward to doing this review. And I fucking share your opinion. I love Chaotix Silence. In a world of Junt and math metal, Chaotix Silence is trying to leave its mark on the world.
With shining circumspect was a vision of serenity, incomplete, composed and comforted, following a path of alternations through a storm without surprises, with no embodiments, positive and distorted. Smiling origins and a meager pronounced hand, ready to unleash a passion. Prepared for the fight, with no beginning, with no reasons, with no end. I'm looking in the face of dissonance and feel the frozen tears in my eyes. After times of aspirations, I've learned to break down his disguise. Many mistakes, effaced by wrong descriptions. The will to fight was there, though cursed by harsh afflictions. Through eagerness and harmony, the path was hard to overcome. But as my life restarted, it opened for the sun. These stages have been endless. But retribution found its way, and in the end it became clear to me, and there is ending in decay.
Now, I'm a vocalist, and a psychological fact is that I'll usually tend to listen to the vocals, and I'll honestly have to say that I do not really love the vocals in Chaotix Silence. I really get what he's going for, or at least it sounds like he's going for some sort of a Tool sounding sound. However, probably due to overproducing, like a lot of tweaking and stuff, it just sounds really unnatural. So probably if they'd leave it a little more raw, it would sound a little better. The grunting, however, I do like very much, and there's nothing really to say about it. But yeah, when it comes to the clean vocals, I don't really enjoy those parts, because really the overproducedness just kicks you in the face. However, the rest of the musicians I really do, well, I respect all of them, of course, but I respect them as musicians a lot, because it's really well done. The compositions are put together really fucking awesomely, and I definitely recommend just listening to the entire CD. I also put like my favorite song of them, I put in the last episode at the ending, so if you want to hear that one as well, you can also check it out over there. I'll put a link, of course, again to everything. Also from MORVIGOR, I also recommend you buy that, but of course I've already made that clear enough by saying it's one of the few black metal bands I quite enjoy. So there's that. All the links will be in the description down below, and now it's on to the next part of the video. Now the next part is going to be on a subject I just wanted to share my thoughts a little bit on, and I actually want to make this some kind of an open discussion. So I'm really asking for everyone and anyone who has a very specific opinion about this to leave it in the comments below, to make a video response. I don't think the actual video responses are still possible, but just, you know, if you have a big story to tell, upload a video and send it to me somewhere, and I'll probably put it in an episode or something, because this is something I've been thinking about a lot. And it's the specific thing I was thinking about is, why do some people specifically like certain genres of metal and why do others like other genres? And I'm not going to go into real scientific shit with dopamine and how it works in our brains and stuff, but just, you know, logically, directly thinking about it. And I can imagine this sounds a little fake, so I'm just going to give the perfect example of what I've been thinking about. When I got into metal, it used to be with bands like, well, Deep Purple kind of stuff, Alice Cooper, Judas Priest, guys like that. Then at some point I kind of lost my interest in those bands, and I went on to the extremely dragon metal stuff, like Rhapsody, like well, bands like Dragon Force, just the extreme power metal with the extremely fast guitars and singing about dragons and heroes and knights and stuff. And you know, that was my thing at that point. And then suddenly that kind of died out, and I completely got into the well, nu metal kind of stuff. Like, I was a really big Limp Bizkit, Gore kind of fan. That didn't really last very long. I kind of got out of that very quickly, and then it kept changing. At some point I was like, Lamb of God is life and Lamb of God is the way, and I couldn't listen to anything other than Lamb of God. I had my extreme death metal kind of days. I basically had my everything kind of days, and it keeps changing. And even now, I could completely revise those top 10 bands I uploaded a while ago with like the thrash metal bands and Dio and stuff. I still love Dio, and Arion is still my #1 band, but you know, it just keeps changing. And I guess when I listen to music, I really identify myself with what the music depicts, with what the music sounds like, and then in some way with what the music looks like. Because let's be fair, every subgenre of metal has its very specific stereotypical look, and I know not everyone looks like it when they listen to it, and I know not everyone listens to it when they look like it, but in general, you know, we have our very specific stereotypes. And I guess this image and this feeling I have with certain genres of music really changes over time, and it really affects how much I actually like the music or not. It's really weird, because at that point music doesn't really become about music anymore, but about everything around it as well. And I guess the perfect example of that is that I used to dislike metalcore. And the metalcore kind of stuff like Suicide Silence, Parkway Drive, those kind of bands, I just didn't like them. And it wasn't just for the music alone, it was the entire picture around it. The violent dancer guys, you know, bashing into people at shows and hitting people straight in the face, and the whole thing they had going where they'd yell like metalcore is the new kind of metal and 80s metal isn't metal anymore, and all that kind of music made me dislike the music itself. However, these days my image around metalcore has changed, and because of that, I guess, I've started listening to metalcore a lot, and I'm actually starting to enjoy it a lot. I've been working out in the gym a whole damn lot, and at some point, a friend of mine, oh, you guys know him as the vocalist for Ecocide, he said something along the lines of, when I go to the gym, I listen to metalcore because it really helps me working out, you know, it really gives me that kind of power. And at that point, I don't know why, but something clicked in my mind, and I was like, wait, yeah, metalcore is kind of great for working out. And I started listening to it when working out, and you know, through the working out and feeling the rush of the moment and like the rush of the music, and hearing a breakdown which would make me lift a lot more than lifting without a breakdown, I started really fucking loving it. And then, you know, on the way home I'd listen to it, and then I'd come home and I'd be like, yeah, well, I actually did enjoy that song, let me listen to it again, and I'd start listening to it on my computer. And these days it's one of the only genres of music I'm listening to anymore. And I guess what I'm trying to say with a lot of words and with this very stupid example is that music on its own and the liking of music, the preference of music, what stuff do you like to listen to, what stuff do you not like to listen to, it completely depends on the moment, and it just depends on that moment in your mind. And it could be different within a week or within a month or within a year, and probably, I mean, it's not a fact, but probably the stuff you listen to right now, in 5 years you'll think, meh, not that great. And probably the stuff you listened to 5 years ago is stuff nowadays you're like, meh, about. And of course the world isn't this black and white, and of course there are a lot of exceptions, so please let me know in the comments below what your story is, what your thoughts on the subject is, because it's something I just like to discuss about and think about and talk about, and I'll probably make another video about this subject altogether again in the future. One where I'm going to do a little more preparation, because right now I'm just babbling on about stuff I don't really even know what I'm talking about, but we're used to that by now. Anyway, yeah, I'm just going to leave it at this. So let me know your thoughts on the bands in the comments below, on what I just talked about in the comments below. Please like and subscribe this video. I hope you enjoyed, yada yada yada. And I'll see you guys next time again.
1, 2, 3, 4.